so that they're here on the final day, but it's a question of whether they're going to survive for 3 maps because, I mean, yes, okay, they're comfortable on Overpass, but you really got to give it to Maggie's boy. Like, this is his playground as well. And so I still feel like this could break either way. It's going to come down to this back and forth style that we've seen on Cobble already to start. And that's so chaotic that it's tough to read on who's going to come out ahead in it.
We are going to get a chance to find out. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the second map, second semi-finals here at EPICENTER Moscow. It's Dignitas versus Na'Vi. Dignitas having taken the first map, and now Na'Vi looking for revenge. And look at the speed here. They're running all the way to A, and Dignitas scrambling to get back into position. Magus a little bit out in the open. He's going to get that. Oh, he gets a full-up headshot as well. Taking down Edward and Flamey both and looking for a little bit more. He's out of bullets, has to reload. Not going to get the chance, but Cajun is back with a double of his own, and now the bomb is dropped in a 1-on-2 here for Seized.
He did the damage. He did everything necessary, and he deserves the praise. Maggie's boy, all eyes on him, and he delivers. Cajun B gets 2 kills as well. And now a man advantage here for Dignitas. Bomb not planted, and both players for Dignitas know exactly where that bomb is coming from, so they can establish the crossfire here and just wait for Seized to walk into it. Unless Cajun is caught out in the open. Cajun takes the fight with Seized and loses it, but he does the damage. Seized is down to 13 HP. Config playing from bank, but Seized going to go for the default plant. Nothing fancy here, and Config just going to take all the time in the world, working his way up on bank, and Seized never going to see what hit him. Perfectly done there by Config, just keeping his cool, but Cajun taking a big risk. Out in the open like that, I mean, if he gets instant headshot, right? If he just goes instantly down, a 1v1 with Seized on full HP, he could definitely win that.
I mean, I agree. There's no other way around it. Very, very troublesome indeed. A cameraman though has found the target. Doesn't worry about the round, obviously. Look, I'm definitely very impressed by the way that they picked up those headshots. But Cajun and Magus, I mean, they almost got caught, both of them, entirely off guard by the initial rush. Na'Vi had so much speed behind that push that they almost didn't get into position.
Yeah.
A little bit worrisome.
It's very quick, and now, well, it is just stand your ground and spray because there's no backing off. Cajun, he gets 2 kills, but Maggie's boy was body blocking him into the angle. There was no escape.
I was going to say, definitely stand your ground if you're Cajun, just pushed in there. That's just not very friendly at all. Seized, bit of a flashbang in, but still walks right into a headshot. And that is a quick round with only 1 person going down. Not at all bad, but it goes straight into a buy round here for Na'Vi. They did get the bomb plant down. Seized managed to do that in the 1v2, and that means they're going to buy a round early here. We'll see if anything can come of it.
Yeah, this second round, though, not that many kills, so it doesn't mean that they're going to have very many nades. It means that they aren't going to have very many nades, rather, to work with here, Na'Vi. So, still not ideal. They'll have rifles, but this is almost the sort of scenario where it's like, okay, you have to have a guy go Kevlar or Galil or Tech 9 just to have a few more nades and Molotovs to work with. But as you can see, they've gone full AK, but Seized doesn't have any nades left. Flamey has a single flash, right? They're limited here, Na'Vi. Whereas Dignitas fully equipped, although they are taking quite a bit of damage here, Dignitas. And then a money nade, Edward and Flamey. Flamey taking max damage from that one. I
think they were setting up for a boost on the other side of that wall, and they just gave up on that as soon as that hit. That's a massive way to start around. Look at the push coming out of B right now. Config and MSL looking to push forward. If they find Seized up there with the bomb, what a tremendous way to be beginning around here for Dignitas if they could do that. But even then, they just leave MSL here. This is a really good trick.
Oh, this is sick, exactly. I mean, there are going to be 2 players, maybe 3. It depends if Simple rotates back towards Monster, and it looks like he will. So, MSL, he's going to be hard-pressed, but a clever boost pays off in mid. Maggie's boy going to find the kill on Edward, and now MSL Seized going to check the angle. Yes, he is being thorough, and MSL not going to get anything out of it, and so it's a quick push here. Na'Vi looking to pounce on this new advantage. Config, he's got to get that flash out now, and he is going to just manage it. Turns around, gets 1 kill, but that is it. Still manages to make Na'Vi stumble just a little bit, buying more time for his team to rotate in.
They do have a grenade just gone in as well, but a great headshot from Simple, taking out Rubino, and Cajun going to be going down. Simple tearing it up right now. It's Magus out in the open, couldn't get in position. Flamey going to be able to drop him, and Na'Vi, they pick up the round regardless. That initial flashbang from Config that he put in there, it landed behind the first push that was coming in, and that's why he was in such a weird position. Man, that could have been a great hold if he had got it right in front of the players, but didn't really work out.
Yeah, sometimes it's frustrating, right? It's like when you're holding an angle, you're holding it for 20 seconds, you turn away, oh, you get shot in the back. And this
is that Snacks and Cuban?
What?
I think it's Snacks and Cuban dabbing in front of it. All right.
They found a place to relax, get ready for the finals.
Why not? Why not? Fourth round coming up, and very limited economy, as you can tell, for Dignitas. The 5-7, the Mag 7, already a good indication. Edward with a good jump, but oh, Cajun ready for it, knocks him out straight away.
1-for-1 trade with the shotgun as well. Look at this passive play here from Guardian. Well aware that they could be pushing aggressive on long, which is exactly the case. Dignitas, 2 players pushed up here. Megaskin and MSL working together as a duo. And MSL, he's a little bit worried, but there's Guardian with the peek. MSL once again trying to bait them in here for Magus. There's the flash. Magus is going to be blind, but he's still going to get a kill with the 5-7. Then MSL steps in. Solid defense here from Dignitas, but Simple's come to play, and he instantly finds the headshot on MSL.
Confidence on Simple. He knows he can win that fight. He just simply knows it. Well, Config is holding down on the V-bomb side, and Seized is very close by, but Seized and Simple are so far apart. They sort of need to get into a position where they can help each other out just a little bit. So they're going to waste a lot of time even just doing that. The sad thing for Config is he doesn't have anything like a Molotov or an HE or anything to really make life hard here. All he has is the flashbang, and that's already just gone out. So going to give his position away. Seized actually looking the wrong way. Did he think that was a flash, a pop down towards a Monster? Maybe he did. Simple now alone in a 1-on-2 with 20 seconds left here. Has to pick up the bomb real quick. Goes for a bit of a fight with Rubino here. But this is almost impossible for Simple. As soon as he tries to plant, he's going to get boxed in behind this this obstacle, and just waiting at the moment. He's got one HE grenade. They're already going to be out, and there's the trade. He can't get out from behind there. That's the really big issue. So nice play from Dignitas in that 2v1.
Yeah, playing together. I think that's the key. They go for the initial peak together, and then they stayed buddied up for exactly that reason. Simple, perfectly capable of winning a duel against any of these guys. But if the second man is there to trade, there you go. You lock down that round for Dignitas. And so Dignitas, they breathe a huge sigh of relief there. That was a risky play from them, considering they went for a force buy in that round. I mean, Magus was on a 5-7, right? Cajun on a swag 7. I mean, so they managed to dodge it, because if they had lost that round, Dignitas, it'd be pistols, and then Navi would be in a perfect scenario to just really pressure Dignitas and never allow them to get that economy going again. Now Dignitas actually have full rifles and a few nades to work with here.
Not that much by way of utility for Navi either. One smoke currently, actually 2 smokes and 2 Molotovs. That could really quickly run out. It's hard to take either bomb side with not having more than that. So opening kill right now, if they could get the entry somewhere, that would certainly help out a lot. And Magus is in a weird position. Cajun's behind them. They don't even have an AWP here. Magus going to be going down as well. What a great start for Navi. Just getting gifted to them.
Horrendous. And now MSL, he's alone on this A side. Rotation is coming through from his mates. Rubino's got his back, but MSL's going to get flashed off. He's trying to get into a position where he can spray down the bomb planter if he decides to make his way in. Config going to find the headshot on Flamey. And MSL not going to manage it. Simple waiting for the trick. Takes advantage of it, finds the kill. Rubino, though, going to bring it back.
Oh, Config with a headshot too, and they're very low on health right here. Simple gonna pick up another couple of headshots and makes it a triple. And Navi will win the round regardless, although it looked like that was about to spiral out of control. And I've got to say, I mean, I am just not a fan of that long setup. I don't like it, even if the AWP is behind. It goes back to, I mean, Cloud9 used to do it a lot, and I hated it back then as well. It does really, even if you get the first kill, there's a good chance your man in front is just going to be boxed in and can't get out. I just don't like it.
Yeah, you can get traded. It's very much a one-and-done sort of situation there, and especially if Magus, I mean, you saw he was trying to control the spray with the FAMAS. It's so hard to do if you have to change it up. And so, just not good enough. And Dignitas, they get punished for it, obviously. They still made a fight out of it, that's for sure. But now we see them on the pistols. Now we see them with the Kevlar. CZ75 picked up on Rubino and MSL. 5-7 on Magus and Config. And it looks like Cajun B is going to be trying to build up towards that AWP. He's only on the USP right now. So, I mean, this is a great situation now for Navi. Because if they win this round clean and keep 4 players alive, their economy is going to be fantastic.
Oh, a little bit of a hiccup over here. Config picking up 2 with the 5-7. Full-on spray right onto that rock, and none of the bullets connecting. And now Flamey's going down as well. Just what is going on for Navi? Finally sees coming into it with a really strong kill there and locking down the V-bomb side, but they're already rotating in. They're going to get the kill. Magus charging him down. Now it's Simple against the world. 1 versus 3. AK in his hand. He's up against... They've already stolen 1 AK. They can probably get a bit more. At least he has the bomb. But this is a really tough clutch for him.
I don't even know what to say anymore, Anders. looks like this should be a round where Na'Vi kind of just settle in, work together. Instead, they get wiped out. And, oh, instant headshot on Simple as well. That's not going to help. He's dropped down to 38 HP. Best case scenario now for him is to get the bomb plant, and Config not even going to let him do that. Oh, what a nightmare. Simple, he's getting boxed in now as well. He spotted Cajun. Cajun way overextended, but Config just goes rushing in to his death. Simple with a huge shot. Now it's all 1v1. Magisk versus Simple.
And Magisk running up the stairwell here. So Simple, I think, heard where he is right now. This could be epic. He's got 17 health. He can't get it. That needed to be an instant headshot. Magisk finally going to steal the round away there. But still, almost bringing it back. That is a big round for Dignitas. They were going to lose out a lot. That was Navi's chance to really get a foothold in the first half even.
Unbelievable. That's both big chances for Na'Vi. Both big clutch rounds going Dignitas' way. I mean, Dignitas cannot be feeling good right now either, because if you have to count on winning clutch rounds to get you ahead in the half, I mean, that's not stable. That's not something that's consistent that you can count on. And so Na'Vi, they know how close they keep getting to it, but they aren't able to lock down the clutch in the end.
But then you go back to Config's ridiculous clutch at the end of Cobblestone. Now, how many rounds like that can Na'Vi take before they collapse as a team? You know, they are a sort of a new formed team, and they have some personality on this roster right now. You take too many rounds like that, and eventually people start to argue with each other, and everything falls apart. They are going to go for a bit of a rush here, right into Rubino. Flamey knocking him out of the round. MSL inside of the smoke, spraying furiously, picking up a double kill, dropping the bomb as well. They're trying to see if they get through, but Guardian going to be going down. That's a triple for MSL, and there's Magisk with a magical grenade taking out Seized, leaving Edward in a 1-on-2.
Edward can try and take his time with this, but he has zero utility to work with, and only the UMP. So there's the peek, and MSL not caught sleeping. Instant death waiting around that corner. And another big round.
So 5 kills is what MSL has. 4 of them were in that one round. Pretty good stuff here for the captain of Dignitas, and Rubino down to 2 as well. So some of their players are kind of struggling, and they're still picking up these rounds. I don't know how MSL got all those kills in the smoke. You'd think at some point, there's not that much space down there at the slope and L-bend. You'd think at some point they just spray through and kill him.
Smoke's everywhere, right? And it's just confusion. And again, Na'Vi not able to actually make it count. But when you say that MSL, right, Rubino lagging behind, Config and Magisk board, man, they are just doing work, sitting comfortably at the top, with Cajun kind of floating in the middle. Eventually, they should have the money to get Cajun that AWP. That's what he's waiting for. He's just like, please, please, can we just get our economy going? But Na'Vi now, they're the ones on pistols. But I'm not even going to call it anymore, Anders, because Cobblestone and on Overpass, teams have been winning eco situations or making them close. So it's almost like, well, they've only got P250s and a single Deagle on Simple. But, I mean, a Deagle in Simple's hands, anything is possible.
But if we had to try and make a prediction, we could at least say the Dignitas are playing a much more safe setup this time. None of the nonsense over at long or anything else like that. They could still walk into a headshot somewhere, but they've sort of optimized their setup, I would say, to deal with the fact that there's not going to be any rifles or anything to root them out of these positions. No Molotovs either. They can stay here pretty much forever. That is not too bad. Cajun still just peeking down towards the restrooms. MSL there to re-smoke it up, and clock is running down quite low at the moment. I think MSL just hearing that someone was walking there, so they're going to go back and defend the A-bomb side. They got 3 people here.
Yeah, oh, Cajun might get caught. He will be able to stabilize. A little bit of a scary scenario there. Spots the man in mid. That bomb is going to be making its way up again, but Simple, he still finds headshots with the Deagle. It's unreal how often he's able to actually have an impact with that pistol. It's almost like he's like Nico level with the Deagle. Just give him the Deagle and he will find you a kill.
I'm just going to go check what the money is here for Dignitas. This is the way that Na'Vi can still get back and have a very good first half, is the fact that the Danes just don't have that much money. There's a bank on MSL and on Config, and those are the only 2 people who could buy if they lost a round here. That's really significant. So Na'Vi, they might be feeling a bit frustrated, but if they have a count on the economy, which you got to think they have at this point in time, then they will know that they're not that far behind. And there we do. We have the Virtus Pro team, even Neo and the rest joining up. I love it.
Too much. But it's not going to work out. Magisk, it was too much for him to handle. He gets headshot. And Cajun with that AWP, think he got spotted there by Guardian. MSL taking damage now. What is going on, Dignitas? I mean, they are trying to play an aggressive CT side here on Overpass, which is key, which is what's necessary. You need to challenge a little bit early in the round on CT side, just so that you don't allow the T side to get too comfortable. You don't want to give them too much of the map early on, but that definitely felt a bit wonky.
Maybe especially against a team like Na'Vi, who are already traditionally pretty slow on the T side. If you slow them down even further, I mean, they could just plain run out of time. They are moving forward here. Oh, Cajun getting a chance, and there's Flamey going out.
Nice shot. That's a big one right there. Cajun brings it back to a 4-on-4, puts his team back into it. Your team has the advantage when it comes to utility as well. So now it comes down to the decision here for Na'Vi. Where are they going to find their next kill? Rubino kind of sacking Config, but it doesn't matter. Config comes out ahead, drops seized. So a man advantage now for Dignitas, and it looks like the rotation towards the B site for Na'Vi. They are going to commit to it. That bomb is in sewers now. Guardian coming in through Monster, but there's still 2 players here for Dignitas, and they've got solid angles now as well.
And they should start rotating more in. MSL is so far forward, they know that there's no one over at Restroom, so this is a very clear read coming out of Dignitas. He's even rotating in behind them. Edward going to be going down. Config, 3rd kill of the round for him, and Simple getting caught by MSL, and Dignitas with a massive round here. Really picking it up.
Sadokist now hates you all, VP. Just saying.
Yeah, but then Henry and Duncan love them, so it's not all bad.
I mean, what is all bad is the fact that Config can just get 3 kills when he has, like, no HP. This guy's unreal.
Well, I mean, the fight that he was taking at the Elben towards Connector is already ridiculous. I swear there is no fight that Config is not ready to take. He will just fight anybody at any time, it seems, which is kind of impressive. And sometimes that's a little bit stupid. But, I mean, if you look at his rating, you can't criticize him too much. He has been playing really an unreal tournament up until this point, and he's still doing it. Cajun there with a good frag, and Magisk and Cajun following up with the AWP. This is not looking good for Na'Vi. And the real problem is the money is now slowly starting to build for the CT side. They need to get another couple of kills in here, or Edward does.
Yeah, they just need to chill now. Rubino going to drop out into the open, long range, tapping with the UMP versus a Deagle. He gets dropped down at 30 HP, but that's perfectly fine as far as he's concerned. And you're right, that economy is starting to build now for Dignitas. 8,000 in the bank for Config, 6, now 5. I mean, yeah, this is starting to look pretty good for the Danes, whereas Na'Vi is still struggling really to find a solution.
I mean, we should probably highlight that in spite of the fact that they are 6 rounds behind, Simple is still top fragging at 14 kills, above everybody on Dignitas 2. How ridiculous is that? It's the monstrous performance coming out here. As maybe could be expected, he is just that kind of player, but either the rest of his team is going to have to join him, or he's going to have to do even more. Either one is a possibility, I would say. I don't think we've reached Simple's ceiling just yet.
No, it does feel like when you're watching him that it's limitless. Like he's going to be one of those peak players like Olaf or something where you give him a toothpick, he's going to find a kill with it, right? He'll have the AWP, he'll have the rifle, he'll have the pistols. He just kills everything. Oh no, Magisk has used this position before. Looks like he's been spotted. Just the boot, and there you go. Easy kill, seized and simple. Can't use the same trick twice like that, Magisk.
Yeah, I'm wondering if what gave him away. I think maybe he was moving around too much, and then they can see the feet shuffling back and forth as the model twitches. So I think if you are going to hold there, at least stay still. Config coming in to try and salvage the round, but Flamey going to catch him at the perfect timing here. Nobody going down for Na'Vi so far. This game is definitely not done yet. Na'Vi can make it back here. They need to win this round and the next round, and suddenly they go from being very far behind to being very far ahead. Rubino, I thought for a moment he was going to try and wallbang the ceiling, which you can do. Even here you can do it. Now you can't, but a little bit further back, it's possible to shoot your way into the CT spawn if you are feeling really adventurous. But I'm glad that he's not doing that, actually, because it would kind of give away his position.
I wonder if he was trying to hide the op or something weird. Just if he dies, he doesn't gift an AWP over to Na'Vi. Maybe he doesn't know that Guardian has one already. Oof, think he got spotted. Nope, never mind.
Not a bad... Oh, what a really great kill there. Again, this is expensive for Na'Vi. Now he's going to throw away the AW. No, he can't quite make it. A returning problem, it seems, for Dignitas. Just trying to toss these weapons around. Not going to get the 3rd one in. Na'Vi picking up a big round. Now they've set themselves up. They've taken all the rifles away, and Dignitas are going to use a huge chunk of their money here in buying. Cajun won't be able to buy, neither will Magisk, neither will MSL or Rubino, Config either. This is it here. Dignitas are right on the edge, right on the limit of what's possible here. We're in an 8-3 scoreline. If Na'Vi win this, then suddenly we have a game on our hands again. They're going to have to really pull it together. And Dignitas know it as well. Wonder if they're going to try anything crazy or just throw for a bit of a default here. Simple. Again, single-handedly in charge of clearing out Connector. A lot of confidence placed in just one player to do that.
Yeah, if you're going to count on somebody to get some work done, I think right now you can count on Simple. Not really seeing too much out of the remaining Na'Vi players. Although the aggression continues from Dignitas, I do like this. A very aggressive long hold coming in here for Dignitas, but it's about to be tested. 3 players waiting outside a long. One of them is Guardian, and he's already got the angle with the AWP, so he could be just waiting to see, but it looks like it's going to be the peak, and there's going to be a fight here in a moment.
Flashes in. Meg is taking care of business on his own, followed up by Cajun. That kind of works in reverse. Cajun's really supposed to get the first kill, and then they're all focused on that, and they forget about Magisk. But whichever way you like it, I suppose. Simple and C's left 2 versus 4. This would be an epic clutch to save the first half for Na'Vi if they could do it. And I mean, they do have Simple, so we will literally rule nothing out. This is still possible, although it is not easy.
I mean, I love to see Rugga, the coach, come over and like fist bump Magisk. Just be like, yo, good job. Because, I mean, Vegas should never get 2 kills there, right? He just sprays down 2, nearly a third. Like, this individual level that these players are hitting right now is nuts. And then, well, you have MSL getting banged by C's, but it's not the end of the world. Still a man advantage.
That's the start. Cajun going to get a kill in return. Simple. 15 seconds left. He's thrown away the AWP. I think he really wants a rifle. He's going to pick up the AK inside. 12 seconds left. Comes out looking for the headshot here, but there's so many people already on the bomb side. He's going to get the 1 kill. It is not enough. And Dignitas, right at the edge of ecoing, they get saved. These are the critical rounds that make the game here for the Danish side. Na'Vi, they are definitely struggling.
Now, yeah, it's not pretty. And they have a decision to make at this point where it's the 13th round, you're going into it. Not everybody can afford to go for a full buy, but you do have a couple who could afford to go for a half buy. And yeah, and that's what's going to happen. The half buy is here, and I like it. Give yourself a fighting chance in this round and then be able to buy in the next one. And so we will see some Kevlar, Tech-9s, a handful of nades to work with. And Na'Vi not going for the all-out aggression early on. They do gather up outside of Monster, though, so this does make you think that they're going to wind up heading towards this B site.
I mean, why not? They haven't really tried for sort of a full-on push into the B bomb side. They've always ended up there after some of the action has already happened on the other side of the map, so I would kind of like to see what would happen here. Rubino is on the site with a UMP, but the rest of the defense is quite... Oh, they've got a little bit of a boost, all right.
But no presence in mid or A seems like that's actually giving Dignitas enough to go off of to rotate an extra man down here to B. And so we will have 3 on defense here in B shortly for Dignitas. And MSL, yeah, he's going to get over towards Toxic. This is perfect for Dignitas. I
kind of like this setup, but at the same time, I feel like everybody checks that wall now. It's become such a common spot, so I'm a little bit worried about that.
What is the boost that's being used here? Flamey is boosted up all the way in back, or he was. They're setting up for the nades. And it is going to be the push coming in here from Na'Vi. Molotov goes down to buy some time, and Config going to try and get close.
Yeah, already look at how much time those Molotovs are buying for the CT side. Na'Vi, they just can't really get close. Already taking a fair bit of damage, and they've used all of their own utility. They're running out of time right now. There's a good opening kill for Flamey, but they simply need more. 30 seconds left. The rotation is happening towards the B bomb side here. Config following up, taking down Seized. Where is that bomb plant coming from? Simple going to be going down, and the bomb is now dropped out in front here. They need to get back and pick it up. 15 seconds and a 2-on-2 here. Magisk out in the open, still gonna get the kill, leaving Flamey with 10 seconds to get the bomb down. And it's not gonna happen. Cajun will deny it all the way from the sniper spot. 10-3 as the scoreline here.
Yeah, you can count on Magisk. You can count on Config. Right now, you've got to wonder where Rubino is. Like, he's not hitting a level where you can really count on him to actually get the kills. You know, he's the one who starts the party, and he just gets instantly caught. And it comes to, and that puts them into a bit of a difficult spot there. Config is alone then at Toxic. You can see how stressed he is because he has to worry about somebody pushing through the smoke on the site. He has to worry about coming from Monster. He's constantly darting around, and he eventually does get found out. But still, a solid hold, and mainly coming down to Cajun and Meg is keeping their cool.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, at least Rubino is sort of like just trying to be a bit of utility player. I think he's maybe realizing that he's not having the best game, but he's then trying to fulfill sort of a secondary role, which is all. I think that's all right if he can just keep doing that, you know, get the good flashbang smokes in, get the good boost for his teammates and all of that stuff. 10-3 this current scoreline, and the utility again for Na'Vi. 3 smokes is what they have to work with, and look at MSL sneaking up. He's got the help of Config as well. This is a round-ending push they're coming in with.
Oh, this is going to shatter Na'Vi if it works. But they did this. I mean, I just love to see the Dignitas are constantly playing aggro CT. They're not waiting on the sites every single round. They're constantly trying to throw Na'Vi for a loop. And this time around, it's MSL pushed outside a monster, but it doesn't matter when Cajun's holding passive on long. He's going to hit an excellent flick on Guardian, and that sets it up. Magisk is going to get caught again. Going back to that setup that you don't like, Anderson, they're going to get punished. But Rubino, he does come through. Gets the headshot on Seized.
Still not a fan, but it worked better this time than last time. A 3-on-3 here, and they realize where he is. That grenade's going to go on the wrong side. Otherwise, that would have been a really good kill on Rubino. Coming in from behind, finally, that flank is in effect. MSL going to be taking out Edward, and a good kill for Flamey. Still a 2-on-2. They've got a little bit of time here to work with before they can be forced to put the bomb down. They are eventually going to commit to it. Simple and Flamey versus Config and MSL. And now MSL gets the kill on Flamey, leaving Simple to try and clutch it here. It is the 14th round. They need this desperately, Na'Vi, and they're not going to get a chance. Great round here for Dignitas. That flank in the beginning, making sure they could have all their players in good positions.
Another clutch for Dignitas. Na'Vi have not managed to win. They've won one clutch so far in 2 maps, Anders. And that's just that, like the 1v1s, right? This was a bit of a 2v2, but still, like, you need to be coming through in these rounds. And Dignitas, they're just not letting up. They're constantly winning the close situations, and that's what's keeping them ahead. Dignitas won the first map on Cobblestone in this best of 3, 16-9. And right now they're just running away with this CT half. You have to give it to MSL and the rest of Dignitas. I mean, they have stepped up in a huge way. Just to remind you all that they are a team that qualified for this event. They didn't even get an invite. They had to work to get here.
Right when Overpass came out, it was notoriously CT-sided, and something like 11-4 was definitely not rare. But I feel like since then, you kind of expect teams to get more than 3 or 4 rounds on the T side. So this is not acceptable for Na'Vi right now. They need to do more. Cajun gonna be having a little bit of a shooting gallery going on over there, but he's not hitting anything at all. And Na'Vi are really catching up right now towards the A-bomb side. This is the 15th round, so they gotta find something.
This is it. It's all or nothing for Na'Vi. If it goes 12-3, what an abominable scoreline. They need to actually have an impact here. And, well, MSL think he spotted Guardian. Yes, he did. But Guardian managing to get back to safety. They are going to go for a bit of a fight in the end. And Guardian not really going to come out ahead in that one. Drops down to 68 HP. But in the meantime, the rotation coming out now from Na'Vi. They've showed themselves over at A. Quite a presence. And now it's time to rotate over towards B. See if they can crack open the defense here.
But look at how smart this is. MSL sneaking up in restrooms. They've already checked long. They know no one's there now. MSL's checking restrooms. They know what's going on here. Dignitas are playing a really clever game. C is going to be going down. They already have 3 people ready and waiting for Na'Vi. Simple with a good refrag on Config, but he's going to be going down. And Rubino even helping out right now. Low on health is Guardian, and that's going to be the end of the half. 12-3. That was a masterclass in CT side, especially that last round. You see how much trouble Cage is in the beginning. He falls back, and as soon as they give up long control, they actually have very little information, but they go and recheck it, and they make sure they know no one is long. Then MSL goes and checks restrooms, so they know it's not even a fake, and they can put 3 people on B. Very, very clever play.
No, it is so solid. I mean, they got the job done here in the end. And that is all off of just having the confidence to actually go for the aggression. I think that's the main thing. Being able to actually push forward, get the info quick, be willing to take the duels. Everything is working for Dignitas right now. It's Na'Vi who just cannot seem to actually stick, whether it be in the clutch scenarios or when it actually comes to the executes onto the sites. They're either getting just slammed out or they're winning or they're losing close rounds, and that's just not good enough. That's not what's going to keep you alive in this tournament because, well, Dignitas need 4 rounds, and they're into the grand finals to play against Virtus Pro.
You know, I don't want to jinx it, but I'm going to have to point out that we could be seeing a Danish team actually win a semifinal. Counter-Strike history right here. It's going to be Na'Vi now on the CT side, and Edward alone on the bomb site, taking a fight with Rubino. He's going to get the headshot. That's critical because they've lost the B bomb site, but Flamey knocking MSL out of the round. The bomb is going to be going down, but it's a 3 versus 5. Big plays coming out of Na'Vi. They need it. It's now or never here. Edward going to get a second headshot, taking out Config, and now it's just Maker's left up on the high ground. The bomb is kind of planted for him, but not going to make a difference. Edward will take him out. Triple kill. All headshots here for the legend.
I'm having flashbacks to Cobblestone here. What is this? All of a sudden, once again, Dignitas are able to walk up onto a site, but when it comes to holding it, Na'Vi with that retake, they're fearless. Edward hitting shots, but more importantly, everybody just swarming on there. I mean, yellow and black, like an angry swarm of bees. There we go. It's fitting. You know, the jerseys, everything comes together in the end.
So close to making a Wu-Tang reference, but I'm going to leave it for now. If Edward doesn't win the first fight, then suddenly they lose control of sewers and they can't reinforce the bomb site from that angle where Flamey would have got the kill there. So a lot really rides on the first kill for Edward. That's very important. And he's close range with the Glock. That's not a fun position to be in if you're Edward. Sees there, getting a chance to spray them down. They do all line up for a nice triple. And Flamey to close out the round. 12-5. Call it now, Semler. Do you believe in this comeback for Na'Vi? Is it going to happen?
Absolutely not.
I'm going to call it. I think it will.
For Na'Vi?
Yeah.
You think we'll get 3 rounds? Or we'll get 3 maps?
I think we will.
I think Dignitas got too much in the first half, my friend.
You are forgetting the fact that they're Danish. But I'm not.
That is actually a strong point in Na'Vi's favor. You're right. Yeah. But Dignitas have been doing so well lately. They've managed to make big results happen, and no, I think that under MSL's leadership now they should be able to get the 4 rounds. All they need is 1 round here early on to break Na'Vi's economy, and then it's just a freeway onto the bomb site and onto the win.
Yeah, onto the grand finals where
exactly.
Virtus Pro are waiting, patiently waiting and watching the game. You see them up at the spectator slots all the time there. Seized a good early frag, and they also ate that grenade early on. Dignitas, so they're a little bit low on health. Seized going to be following up with a big double kill here. Edward will be getting a kill. Flamey going down. Sorry, a good refrag coming in here as well. Meg is trying to see if he could finally close this one out. It's a one-on-one Guardian versus Megis. The bomb is down right in front. Guardian has to get this. It's another clutch situation, and Guardian goes down. Meg is going to be able to pick it up. They just needed an early round, and they got it.
That's 3 1v1 clutches so far for Dignitas on this map.
And I just have no explanation, you know. They win the early fight, Na'Vi, but they're so far forward on the bomb site, they don't seem to be able to disengage, you know. They needed to fall back and just wait. There wasn't even a bomb plant, you know. They were fighting for a bomb site without even sort of letting Dignitas be baited into a plant there. That could have been much better, I think.
Well, it's time to clinch if you're a Na'Vi fan, because they've gone for a force buy, 13-5, and this is the Hail Mary if you're Na'Vi.
I'm not worried at all.
You continue, all right. I mean, right now, Dignitas, they're going to have everything. Not a big fan of Config going for the Mac 10, but I mean, they should be doing just fine, although Rubino's going to get picked off by Simple, so Simple still showing that he's got the fight left in him.
Oh, Edward, so close with the timing. Just falls off the shelves then. But it will be Megis picking up a kill on Edward regardless. Simple picking up 1 more shot there. Flamey going to take down MSL. It's now 1 versus 3 for Config with them at 10 and 15 health. He might be good and might also be slightly insane, but I don't think this is the time for him to win it.
What are these ultra aggro plays coming out? Easy kill there in the end for Seized with the backstab flank, but yeah, I'm really surprised at how Dignitas are just not... They keep putting Rubino... Well, one thing is that they keep putting Rubino out on his own, and he is having no impact whatsoever on these lurks. Like, he just keeps losing the duel every single time. So that's a bit rough for Rubino, but that also is just making it difficult for the rest of Dignitas to then act, because if Rubino wins that duel, then Na'Vi are flustered, the rest of the push comes in, and you can see how it all just swings their way. Instead, they're just running into a blender called Simple.
And I mean, you just mentioned this really high pace that's coming out. That's one way to start a round, I suppose. But yeah, the problem is, if you play this kind of run and gun style, maybe, just maybe, you will unlock the last levels in Simple, and he will just go all in. Because I think if he hears the music, he's gonna dance.
He'll be like, "We in 8 now, boys. Let's go."
That's how he made his name. That's how he plays, and he's maybe the best player in the world at it. Flamey gonna get a quick double kill in there. This is a kind of a throwaway round for Dignitas, so even if they got the first kill, they don't have any armor. Can't really expect them to pick up too much here.
Some damage dealt to Cajun. That's not going to feel pleasant. Simple holding the angle as well. We'll spot him out. That's the bomb as well. And so Na'Vi, 3 players up on the A site right now after having spotted the bomb, but the rotation has begun. Cajun going to carry that bomb down into connector. Rubino not going to find anything over on long. Flamey rips his head off. And so 2 players left here for Dignitas right outside of B, where Seized is currently camping with an AK. And he's got an angle on both sides, on both entrances, on short and monster. So Seized, he's in a prime position right now to stop Dignitas cold. And if they take much longer than this Dignitas, the rotation's going to come out and Seized isn't going to be alone. And I think it's already happened. I think Simple is here to play.
Seized was there to play as well, but getting a little bit outplayed by Config. Simple, not going to be the same fate for him. Picks up a quick headshot. Flamey with the triple kill currently. Maybe even a chance for a quad here. Config is going to be shut down by Flamey. That's very fitting indeed. And now we're at 13-7. The money is not quite there for Dignitas yet. They kind of needed a bomb plant if they wanted to go for a crazy force in this round. Na'Vi, they did lose quite a lot of players, though.
Well, excellent work. I love this from Dignitas. I love this decision. Half buy. No need to force. No need to risk it all and allow Na'Vi to gain more ground. If you go for a force buy and they win it, that's 2 rounds for Na'Vi. Don't do it. Just go for the pistols. Continue to try and apply some pressure here with the Deegs. And you got your wish, Anders. 5 Deegs.
Can we talk about the fact that, first of all, Simple is still top franking, even though they've been behind the whole game. Yeah. He's still ahead. And Guardian only has 2 kills in 20 rounds. That's 1 kill every 10 rounds. If Guardian starts playing even just a little bit, if he just plugs in his mouse and keyboard right now, then that's it. Then they will make it work. And Config shutting out Flame, he may be not the best way to start. And you're right, I forgot, you pointed it out. They have the 5 Deagles. I am excited. There's too much to be excited about right now.
I know, this is still, Na'Vi can still run this back, but Dignitas are going to make him work for it. And the angle is not right for Seized. Down to 4 HP. So close, but that would have been catastrophic for Na'Vi if Dignitas had a 2-man lead on this and then the boost. Oh, Rubino didn't spot him to the right. Edward right at the edge. If Rubino jumps again, he's going to spot Edward. He sees the man dropping. He has no idea that Edward's waiting out front of Monster, though. This could get tricky.
Edward didn't seem to see him either. I'm so confused. Great follow-up there by Simple. I was getting really worried for a moment, but the Molotov there going to be forcing Rubino back, and the bomb has also dropped right in front. Simple even going to follow it up, and Edward's position, they don't know about it yet, and because Simple is occupying so much space down here, it's really tricky for them to do anything. That's the triple. Simple just deciding to do it himself.
I'm just wondering, what is this setup? All right, Rubino's going to find the headshot on Simple. We can talk about it afterwards. But Edward is going to find 1 kill on Rubino, and it's going to be Magus Boy now hoping for the spray. Not going to get it with the Deeg. Instead, Edward's like, you want to dance this dance? We can both miss many bullets until the end. Edward finds it. But that felt disjointed to me for Dignitas, right? They commit to short with the bomb. 2 players run up, get gunned down. Where's the push on Monster? Like, what happened to that flank? What happened to that, part of the pincer movement?
Simple ate it too.
Well, Edward was holding there, so I mean...
Yeah, but it was Simple eventually. But you are right. They were kind of a little bit slow on the coordination. I agree. You
can't have that hesitation. If the word is go for a split, well then, it's not just a poke. It's a split. You need both sides to go in at the same time. So something must have happened there to throw them out of whack.
Finally, a rifle round coming out of the Danish side here. They are only 5 rounds ahead right now. Definitely caning on them. And great boost coming out. Guardian close with the AW. He only has 2 kills. He needs more right now. He's going to be falling back. Maybe a little bit hesitant there. But that kind of a boost to start it off with. Nice play for the CIS team.
Now it's about taking their time, Dignitas. Clearing out all the angles, exactly. Now connector under control for Magus. He's cleared out the flank. Now for MSL to continue working in restrooms. And so Dignitas should now pretty much have all the map necessary. Cajun B is in sewers, Monster not to worry about. It's really just Long, the last place that's left to worry about if Na'Vi have gone aggressive there or not. But no reason for Na'Vi to go aggressive now that they've actually found a pick. So Dignitas really just need to make up their minds now. Which bomb site will it be? Because you've got 4 players. You gather up all 4, you can still get onto that site and get that plant.
Guardian is usually incredibly good in this position, but he's obviously way off on this map. They really need him now. Just a bit of a gap in the smoke there. He's hoping to see someone come through. We're down to 35 seconds. It is kind of now or never for Guardian as well. He really has to step it up. And Dignitas, they got to commit to it. Flashbang goes in. He has to fall back just a little bit. Gives them more space to work with. Moving up on Long right now is at least 1 member of Dignitas behind that smoke. And Guardian, he's going to be out of the round. Meg is taking him down. Now it's a 4-on-4, but the backup is here. Good flashbangs coming in. Meg is almost gets the spray, but not quite. Rubino and MSL there to pick it up, and they're going to take out Simple too. It's down to Seized. 1 versus 3. 8 seconds left. Can he stop the plant? He can. 5 seconds. Seized. If he lives, that's going to be the round. They can't plant anymore. Seized. What a godlike surgical precision coming out. That's the round. Na'Vi going to be able to pick it up.
And yeah, look at the frustration from Dignitas. Clearly, they know they had that in the bag. They're down a man, and they successfully play together as a unit. That I was about to praise them. Like, you played it perfectly. You were trade killing. You moved together onto the site. You got control of the site, and then you don't watch the bomb planters back. And he doesn't plant default either, Rubino. He plants on the truck. Nightmare.
That is absolutely crazy. Surgical strike coming out, just taking out the one guy putting down the bomb.
It's like their shoes came undone at the finish line and just, you know, they managed to step on the lace and trip right when they get to the finish line. Seized goes running past. Yeah, win. What is that, Dignitas? Now it's a question of them tilting off the face of the planet here because they know they had that round in the bag, and that would have done it. That would have broken Na'Vi.
They are setting up with the bomb outside of B. Maybe if they could find an opening, that would be it. They need not that much more, just a little bit of space to work with, and they keep Na'Vi's economy low all the time, it seems.
Oh, this is that high-pressure round again. MSL, though, wins the duel versus Simple. That's a magnificent kill to start things off here because Simple, the raid boss, is dead, Anders. So he cannot come through here to save Na'Vi. It comes down to the remaining 4 players for Na'Vi now. They need some info. Look at this. The push going into restrooms now. No time wasted from Edward.
I am just holding my breath for Guardian to get back in this game. That's what they need, and he's not here right now. Flamey going to be picking up the one, goes for the triple spray. It's all Flamey shutting it down, and Megisk with a team kill, taking out Rubino. Talk about tilting now. It's a 1-on-3. Megisk going to get a chance to get the bomb down here, and Guardian coming in with a kill. Not the hardest one in the world, but I feel like when you only have 2, that's the 3rd for him on this map. Anything matters. Any little bit to push him over the edge and back into this game. That's what they need. She even has the color-coordinated nails. How cool is that?
That's a fan right there. 3-12 was the end of the first half, was the scoreline. Dignitas were so far ahead. This is starting to get a little unreal that it's coming down to this. 13-10. Dignitas in the lead by 3 rounds now. They need 3 rounds, and they've gone for a half buy again. Tech 9, Kevlar, handful of grenades, and it's straight up into restrooms where Guardian is currently playing. He's going to have to try and make a getaway, though Simple has already given up on him. He's like, I'm out! And Guardian just barely makes it back in time.
A little bit scary there. Not the kind of position you want to be in. Certainly Tech 9's, if they get that close, you just got to be a little bit worried. But they don't really have any smokes or anything else left here, Dignitas. I think Na'Vi, as long as they group up and play safely, should be a good round for them anyway. Maybe some trouble for Flamey here, who's also out of grenades.
They're just going towards this B site, man. This second half has been a B site bonanza. They're just not stopping, and Flamey continues with the precision. 2 very tight bursts there, and Simple able to hold the line on Megas. Cajun B does get the drop on Guardian, but it doesn't matter in the end. Low impact kill as Rubino is now the last man alive here in a 1v3. He's got the bomb, so he's got that going for him. But then the rest of it isn't looking pretty. I see some text in the bottom left corner. This makes me think that Dignitas might be going for a tactical pause here. Tactical timeout after this round. But first, Rubino, not long for this world. No bomb plant, no bonus money. And this must be a tactical timeout being used here by Dignitas.
This might not even be like a tactical thing. Might just be, you know, to have a bit of a break in the spanking just so you can, you know, breathe for a moment and just compose yourself.
Thank you, sir. May I have a pause?
Unbelievable. How are Na'Vi still in the game? That's the big question. And I mean, we're talking about Guardian on 3 kills on almost 30 rounds. 3 kills. And then Simple on the other end of the scale with 28. I mean, not quite single-handedly, because there are other people performing right now on the Na'Vi team, but he is a big factor here. Flamey on 23, 17 on Edward, 15 on Season, 3 on Guardian. If Guardian just does twice as good as he does now, they win the game.
Well, this was one of the points that was brought up on the analyst desk going into this series. Where is Flamey? He's had a pretty rough tournament so far through the group stage. We haven't seen him, obviously, since the group stage, since we're now into the semis. But Flamey, now given the chance, given the opportunity, he has definitely stepped up here for Na'Vi in this key map. On that B site, that's his turf, and he's showing it. The thing that he's like, you guys are going to keep coming B. I'm going to keep destroying you. So please, come again.
Well, the crowd has got to be excited. You could feel that the momentum was taken away from them because Dignitas winning the first map, and then the second one, it looked like it was in the bag. And now we're at 13-11 here. It's not done yet. Na'Vi still have more work to do, and they keep being very low on economy. This is the big problem that Na'Vi keep facing, is that Dignitas are actually all the time just a round away or one sort of round win away from being on map point and match point. They jump straight from 13 to 15 at this point.
Let's see. Now the clear here happening. Dignitas being pretty thorough. They do have Cajun B holding very passively over towards long, so they're about to find out if there is a long setup waiting for him, Dignitas, but they're being methodical at this point. They're back to basics. Connector has been cleared. They now have a route to be able to rotate quickly from A to B. And in the meantime, Rubino is held calmly over at Monster. So now Dignitas, minute on the clock, and they've managed to clear everything out onto the map. So now it's really just coming down to which site is it that they really want to go towards here. And they really haven't hit A much at all this half. So this could be the answer here for them to try and change it up. Get onto that A site and maybe watch Rubino's back while he plants the bomb this time, and they'll be good.
Well, Guardian finding a kill on MSL, who was crouching in there. It looked like MSL should have had a chance to react, but he didn't. And that's a strong opening frag, especially considering the time that's left here. 35 seconds, and Dignitas have not really made any headway towards going anywhere. They're boosting over, looking over the smoke. They don't have time for this kind of game. They need to get onto a site right now. If there's any delay in this push, and there very well might be, it's going to get tricky. Edward holding close here with the M4. Rubino going to go for the fight, and he does win it.
There's the opening, but there's still a second and third man over on the A site. Na'Vi already and waiting for this simple. Crouching in the smoke. Guardian trades 1-for-1, but Rubino gets the instant trade. 9 seconds left. 8 seconds. It's ticking down. And seized in perfect position to stop this from happening. And there it is. The deny coming in from Flamey. And Na'Vi hold the line. 13-12. And Na'Vi, they're doing it, Anders. They are so close now to taking this to a third map.
I mean, in that 2v2, they needed to hold on to a couple more seconds. You know, if they'd had 25 seconds in that 2v2, they could have taken the fight versus Flamey or seized. They could have done something differently, but they had to put the bomb down. They had to go for it. There was no other choice. 13-12. Ladies and gentlemen, what an epic comeback already for Na'Vi. They're not quite there yet, but the focus is definitely happening right now for them. And Dignitas are in, well, they must be feeling incredibly frustrated. That one steal from Seized where he gets the 1v3 by killing the bomb planter. Right now, it's replaying in Dignitas' mind somewhere in the back.
Yeah, well, you're thinking that you finished the first half at 12-3 and you only succeeded in picking up 1 round so far in the second half. The pressure's definitely there. Your shoulders are aching at this point from carrying it. So, I mean, Dignitas now somewhat limited. They do have enough nades for an execute, but they don't have an AWP for Cajun. Still just rifles across the board, and Maggie's with that Galil again just to be able to have some nades. They have been thorough again, though. Default play from Dignitas to start things off, taking a little bit longer than they did in the last round. We ticked past the minute mark, and they aren't quite as set up just yet, but Rubino has started to work his way back towards A, and it does look like they want to hit that A site here.
And just to give some credit, Guardian did get 2 kills in that last round. That needs to continue. If it does, then I think they could do this. Edward, real close now. Is anyone going to try and flash him in? That would be the perfect way to set this up. He sees the smokes coming in already. He knows that, but they're waiting for him. And again, is Rubino to open up the round in favor of Dignitas. Very good job.
Smoke goes down, though. That's going to buy a valuable time. 24 seconds left. Simple still here to deny the bomb plant itself. Config 1-for-1 trade. Simple gets into the fight. Not going to spray down the Rubino, but Guardian is there to trade on Cajun. Rubino, though, going ham. 3 kills for him. And it's a man advantage now. Seized, though, with that late lurk. This time, though, the bomb is planted, but Rubino's only got 6 HP. And Seized at full HP with 2 flashes to work with. Knows where Rubino is, and he's going to get that kill every day of the week. Easy as you please. And they've done it. 13-13, tie score. And that's just not good enough, you know? Got to get on Twitter, tweet about it. I'm here, I'm live.
Look at that. The cameraman puts his phone number up. I hope that is not a real phone number. If it is, then that could be interesting. A prayer for whoever owns that phone number at this point in time. Unbelievable. Tied scoreline here. This is the second map, second semi-finals. Virtus Pro are already in the grand finals. Na'Vi looked completely down and out, completely deflated.
Yes.
Somehow they're back.
Yep, somehow they're back. And they've made this a real challenge for Dignitas. This is all about mental fortitude at this point, because Dignitas, if they could just get around to go their way. That was a big clutch round, though, for Na'Vi. It's a point, I mean, it's basically been a common point throughout both of these maps is that Dignitas have been winning the close rounds, the 2v2s, the 1v1s. Dignitas have pretty much owned all of those. Finally, Na'Vi are actually starting to get some to go their way. It's incredible the tenacity that they've shown to be able to hang in here despite having everything go against them so far in the first and second half. As far as the 1v1s, that is.
12-3 for the first half, now 13-13. A bit of a spray going in, and Guardian nearly getting picked off there. Again, he's had a very rough game so far, and again, down to 22 health while Config making his way in. Flamey picking up a big double kill. C is going to be taking out Magus. And now MSL 1 versus 5 here. Navi for the first time here on Overpass going to get a chance to take the round lead. Seized an absolute hero here, playing in front of a home crowd. Triple kill in that round, 14-13 favoring Navi.
This is unbelievable. And you got the dabs. Mad dabbing. All right. 14-13. This is starting to act. I think I cursed them, Anders. Clearly.
Well, like I said, I wasn't surprised. I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, sure you did. I
called it at the beginning of the half, I'm just saying.
This is unreal. Now Dignitas. Well, they've got nothing to lose. Tech 9 Kevlar, single flash on MSL. They really do actually have their backs to the wall now, so it's now or never. Simple up on the side. Double AWP setup here for Na'Vi. Could be working against them when you have a bunch of Tech 9s running at you, but let's say Simple going to find the first pick. Yes, easy. Magus gets down. Edward holds a very close angle. Simple with 2 kills, but then Config and Rubino bringing it back, but not quite. Guardian with the delayed flank it long. And they've done it. Na'Vi map point to take this to the third map.
I look like the audience practically in tears of what they're seeing right now. 15-13. And Simple nearly getting caught. You see him running back out in the open. If they had been 1 second earlier, they would have caught him with Tech 9s, and that would have been the first kill going for Dignitas. That was very scary for just a second there. But now, Dignitas, they need 2 rounds to get us into overtime here. Otherwise, this is not going to work out. All or nothing for Na'Vi. Can they bring it all the way home and put us onto a third map? We're about to find out here. Guardian being very active. Maybe that's the way for him to kickstart himself here.
Oh. Not sure if Rubino was able to spot C's there, but that's a little bit of info. The bomb spotted as well. So we do actually have the rotation from Simple. He's going to be covering that B site, and then quite a few players here on B for Na'Vi. They really do think that Dignitas is going to be that last final play, that last gasp. But not quite. Guardian going to spot Magus rotating back up into mid. Might be enough of a tell. Simple already rotating up to bank. Na'Vi just running all over the place.
Guardian is over at long, so they've got to be a little bit careful, but quick grenade there. At least going to make sure he's not covering close. They are setting up. They brought the bomb back here. He needs some backup right now, Guardian. Otherwise, this is going to spiral out of control. Simple is there to help out, but the 2 members down on B need to start getting up here. 49 seconds on the clock, and they're making their way through. Guardian can hear them on the other side now, right at the edge, and he's going to pick up a good kill there. MSL going to be going down. Simple trying through the smoke, not quite connecting. The bomb is being planted on the other side. Guardian going all in for his team, but he's missing the shot. Pistols out, and Simple there to back him up. Now it's a 5 versus 3, another 3 kills, and we'll go to map 3 here. Na'Vi sticking in it the whole duration, and right now Dignitas just cowering the corner, hiding. Na'Vi are coming. C's going to get the kill. Flamey with a headshot. Cajun being run down, and there it is, the full comeback. Na'Vi, a godlike team.
What an unbelievable comeback. The shutout, complete and utter destruction. And yeah, Na'Vi are so full of adrenaline at this point, they don't even know what's going on. I mean, well, Dignitas, they definitely do. They just spent an entire half getting destroyed. The frustration, and now you go into a third map when you could be going to the finals. If you are Dignitas, you can see the shake head of the head there, Config.
This is where you need, I mean, if any team, Dignitas, they do have a lot of experience doing exactly this kind of thing. So right now, you see Config shaking his head like that when he's walking out, a little bit frustrated. This is where you need, and this is where leadership, this is the difference between being a strong tactician and a strong leader. Yeah. Right now, they need MSL to say, just forget about all of that. There's a whole new map with full reset, and this is maybe, I think maybe possibly the hardest part of Counter-Strike doing this. I mean, how do you do that? Everything they've just been through.
Well, yeah, VP just did that, right? Earlier on today. Get 16-1,
yeah.
Go back, win the series. What? I mean, obviously not a 16-1 on Cobble to start things off, but it wasn't pretty for Na'Vi. They got railroaded on that map. And so to be able to hold strong and actually run it back,
Yeah.
It's you have to say that Na'Vi are heavily favored now going into the third map. Well, let's go ahead and hear now what the analysts have to say about that second map in this best of three, the second semifinal. Alex, it's all yours.